Welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for a breaking news alert. Big releases at the WWE, folks. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, here to give you this breaking news bulletin. But you can also find me over at KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch. I'm never above some shameless self-promotion. But, folks, you are here to find out about the big releases. So here they are. According to Fightful.com was the first one to break this, and it's since spread like a brush fire. Some major talent has been released. We've got Santana Garrett. I don't know a whole lot about Santana, but that's the way it goes. Now, here's the thing. Every one of these people on this list, Al Snow has always said there's a couple of things. There's in wrestling, you're either the thing that sells the tickets or the thing that helps the thing that sells the tickets. And these are all folks that pretty much help the thing that sells the tickets. Buddy Murphy, great worker. Amazing match. I actually saw him live in Lincoln, Nebraska. Him and Mustafa Ali tore the house down with the match of the night. Wherever he lands, I think he'll do well. Like we said, Santana Garrett, Lana, like she's gotten a considerable amount of TV time lately, and now she's gone. She has been released. Future Endeavor, Lana of all people, the ravishing Russian, but no more. Ruby Riott. I mean, one of the most reliable hands in the ring you could hope for for that division, for the women's division, for helping build talent. Like, she was the queen of the women's division enhancement because she could make you look good. Then these last two are shocking. I suppose Aleister Black, not quite as shocking. He has not been happy. He wanted to go back to NXT. He's wanted to leave. The fact that he got his release is kind of surprising. The fact that he didn't go back to NXT, I kind of figured that was his ultimate fate, but nope, he's out. And then last but certainly not least, Braun Strowman. Yes, Braun! I had to get one last one because I don't think he's going to be, I wonder what he's going to call himself. Is he now going to be like Strong Broman or something like that? Or we'll find out. Now, he's been in movies. He's got a lot of opportunity ahead of him. He could go just about anywhere. But just real quick, Buddy Murphy, AEW's getting a little crowded now. Impact could use the star power. I really think he would be best served in Japan. I think in Japan, he would be able to actually ply his craft and create beautiful, beautiful music. So I think really at the end of the day, Buddy, he's going to Japan. That would be where he would be best served. Santana Garrett, I don't know very much about you. I'm guessing, Impact, ROH, MLW, maybe AEW, maybe. But like I said, they're starting to get pretty crowded. I mean, they're dropping money on their commentating staff, for goodness sake. Lana, she is going to AEW. Miro is a big time player in AEW. Lana will be going there. I would bet dollars to donuts on it. Ruby Riott, she could go anywhere. I really see her going to Impact. I see her having the biggest impact in Impact. So yeah, that's so unfortunate. Because Ruby and Liv were just starting to really get that groove as a tag team you can believe in. Like, you can believe this is a working tag team. Aleister Black, basically he's going to go wherever Zelina Vega goes now. Like, I don't think Zelina's coming back to WWE. That's for damn sure. Again, I could see AEW making an exception for Aleister just because he's a big enough name. He's recognizable. I mean, he can change his name to whatever you want. That tattoo format is just too recognizable. You'll be flipping the channels and go, oh, that's Aleister Black. And speaking of somebody that you'll notice when you're flipping the channels, Braun Strowman. I if he didn't go to AEW, I would actually be very surprised. I would be shocked if Tony Khan didn't grab him up. He's a former Universal Champion, and they are going to milk that to high hell. Like they oh my God, they've got a former Universal Champion, and they are going to job him out to, would it be Cody or would it be Kenny? Which one of the elite would he get jobbed out to first? I think Cody. But folks, that has been the releases and where I think they're going to go. And honestly, in conjunction, like, I'm also going to bring up the New Japan deal that everybody's talking about, because, you know, everybody says, oh, look, they're expanding. I don't think so. I really don't think. I think that is just a sales pitch. I think that Nick Khan is there to facilitate the sale of WWE. I think that is his purpose there. I think after this one, he's going to have the reputation as the guy that gets your company in line before the sale. And so this whole New Japan working together thing, I think it's nothing. I think nothing is going to come of it. All it's going to be is when the eventual sale to Disney or to NBC or to Comcast or whoever's buying, eventually when, you know, you'll have Nick Khan, you'll have Stephanie McMahon, you'll have some of the board saying like, and look at these numbers, and we are expanding our partnerships with international partners, and we are growing on a worldwide scale rather than competing with some of the international partners in our industry. We have decided to join together, and we are teaming together with other heads of our industry internationally. Doesn't that sound great when you're trying to sell to some giant board that has no fucking clue what's going on? Like, they don't know shit from apple butter as to who's good or who's bad in the wrestling business. That sounds great. We're working with international partners to expand our companies, to expand our market share. Like, that's what I see that being. And so, yes, this is all about the ultimate sale. All of these releases is trying to trim the fat while at the same time, look at how profitable we are. Don't you want to buy us? We're so amazingly profitable, even through like 2020. 2020 was one of the most profitable years in WWE's history. Find me another company that can say that. Find me an entertainment company that can say that. That's why they look very appealing for this sale. And that's why I think this New Japan, these releases, this is all pointing towards the same thing, that there's going to be a sale here soon. To who, I don't know. And folks, I am looking forward to your speculations on it. But as I'm known to say around here, all that be... Hang on. Oh. Tony just sent me his thoughts on all this. Tony just sent me his thoughts. So, well, I guess we'll plug in and give Tony a moment. Well, T, what's your thoughts? Here we go.
If you'd have told me this situation was a possibility 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have really taken it seriously, because I never really considered the possibility that Vince McMahon and or Stephanie would even remotely consider selling the company. But that's what it looks like we're on the heels of. Like, we're right there. And the changes that they've made in the most recent weeks and months all do indicate such a sale being made. They're gearing it up. I don't know who the buyer is. We've speculated Disney for a very long time. I don't know if that's the front runner anymore, but it really doesn't matter. The releases today just tell me they are doing everything they can to trim all the fat in the budget as humanly possible. The people behind the scenes, the people in corporate being let go. That's what this is. They're trimming the fat. They're doing a good job turning profits. Nick Khan, apparently from California, wink, is pretty much shaping this up for be a sale. And I said this to Phil and Chicken last week. I don't really care anymore. Like, I didn't, it hit me. I don't care. At one time, I never thought that I'd think that. that the McMahon should probably own WWE, or at least in some form or fashion be involved with it. But after all the questionable decisions they've made, continuing a partnership with Saudi Arabia after a lot of turmoil there, the usage of zombies and awful movie promotion implemented into their live pay-per-view broadcasts, the WWE universe being stuck to a script that isn't remotely relatable to the general viewer, having to use specific words to say things, the general direction of creative, none of it feels genuine, because, you know, the fans of the Ruthless Aggression era, the Attitude Era, the Golden Era, and everything before, there was a genuine appeal from all the superstars because they felt relatable. Now, granted, they were all turning their own personas up to 11, sometimes somebody else's. But you believed in them. You thought they were superheroes in some instances, and you don't think that way about anybody now because they're not building stars. They're building their own personnel because stars leave. Stars go to the movies. And unfortunately, the truth is, Vince McMahon was never really in the wrestling business. He was a byproduct of it. Vince McMahon's the entertainment business. Vince McMahon always wanted to do movies. Wrestling was just the way he got to do it. Now, there was competition at one time, and that's when he turned out his best wrestling. That's when his mind was on point. That's when he was focused on professional wrestling. Once the competition disappeared, it's been a steady decline. So is he. It's not really his forte anymore. We've all known this for a while, but it's becoming abundantly clear. And I don't say this with any intention or desire, and it's actually with a heavy heart that I even come to this conclusion. I'm pretty sure at this point, if Vince is this close to a sale, or allowing a sale to happen, there's things going on with Vince that we don't know about. And the legacy of Vince McMahon in the last couple of years is a questionable one. But what he did for the business, what he's done for the business, is unmistakable and undeniable, although he has done a better job than most at exposing it as entertainment, because that's what he wanted, was a form of entertainment. And that's what it is. And more now than ever, it's entertainment. And it's not good entertainment, not to me anyway. It's not my cup of tea, and I haven't watched a single television broadcast since Backlash of 2021 because it left such a bad taste in my mouth. There's so many people on that roster right now that I would love to be watching on a weekly basis, but I just can't bring myself to do it because the product is so stale and uninteresting. It could get a lot worse. It could get better. I'm not holding out a lot of hope because Vince McMahon's in the entertainment business, and whoever they end up selling WWE to will also be in the entertainment business. WWE as a wrestling brand, that could be very, very soon closing.
And we are back. Thanks, Tony. And yeah, as much as I hate to say, you're kind of right. Vince McMahon never really thought of himself in the wrestling business. Go back and watch his appearance in the Dark Side of the Ring, or no, Beyond the Mat. Beyond the Mat. Dark Side of the Ring is another one you should check out. But Beyond the Mat, where he's got a bottle of water and he's on screen. He's like, well, once you get past all the stuff that we do in the ring, then you can get down to what it is that we really do, which is make movies. And that's what he's always thought of himself as. Trust me, when they were changing from WWF to WWE, the thought of getting rid of that wrestling word was definitely kicked around quite a bit. So yeah, folks, this is the future that we have. God, Braun Strowman, of anybody, I thought was safe. He was just in a triple threat match for the title not too long ago. Boy, howdy. I mean, they are really trimming the fat down to make this as really, they're just making their books look as appealing as possible because Alistair wasn't happy to be there. Braun, apparently he's one of those guys that asked AEW, so how much you offering? Apparently the only guy that didn't was Roman. He was the only guy that didn't even bother to ask. So boy, howdy, folks, here we are. But I could go on about this, but let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to be the buyer? Do you think it's going to be NBC? Do you think it's going to be Disney? I think Disney could be a very good prospect because now that WWE's on the Peacock network, on NBC's big platform, Disney could buy WWE and advertise their products and their content on NBC's platform. It would be a creative little way to get in there. But I think ultimately with NBC doing the Peacock deal, I think it's probably going to be NBC, some subsidiary or one of its financial backers. In some way, it will be in the NBC family. So folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, this has been our very special discussion on the latest releases, the New Japan deal, all the crazy happenings here in the world of professional wrestling. Be sure to come back right here to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am the devilishly handsome outlaw himself, your king of extreme, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, and the Lord of the Scottish Highlands, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, the Baron of Bourbon, and one damn handsome man, if I do say so myself. You can find me at KOE Nation on YouTube and Twitch. You can also find Tony on TikTok at Tony the Rod. You can find us both at Big Bucket Empire on Facebook, and be sure to subscribe right here to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. We are ever expanding. We are a team that's just too big for one show, folks. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. And for all the folks that got their release today, God bless, Godspeed. I hope you come out of this experience happy, healthy, much the wiser.